Hey, YouTubers, it's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Base. Each other do this is how we do text, baby. Miller does back. You know what it is. No, it is. The only place, all the 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 place gonna get it. All the place gonna get it. All the place gonna get it is right back in basic. Chuckle the deuces, how we do text, baby. Miller does back. You know what it is. No, it is. No, it is. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. Practice word preacher, preach on. And today's topic we're going to talk about is Detta D'Souza. Here's the article. Here it is. Detta D'Souza, whatever his name, he got a funny name. Detta D'Souza says that Obama haven't lived in the African American experience because he is growing up in Hawaii. Barack Obama is a African American man, but he is black, and he was born in Hawaii. He's the president of the United States. And the plot of all of this, and the conservative of article, and conservative of of what confront committed felt committed David Sema trying to convince Fox News host and Kate Mady Kelly on Monday that the president have not lived the African American experience for some reason, that the first included that the president is not having descendants from the slave or either or the side of his family. When asking for the in kind of fact the kind of event at the coincide that I mean because coincide Obama is included, have a dark skin and grow up in American as a black man, as are rather than shocking, and Katie and Kelly correctly noticed that the Zaba is answered, well, he grew up in Hawaii. That's America. And Katie and Kelly, and that's America. And Kelly remind him that unput to I mean and unsure of to the put the brakes on that thought and calculate, and everybody is replied on with his mention on the president past travel to Indonesia and Kenya as far as the proof that he has not live the true African American experience. Oh, come on, Devada. That's not what defines him of a African American experience. This is what all as a reason of the bizarre tweets from the Zidota, in which is he provided himself to Martin Luther King Jr. Come on, and Obama is to the Jerry Lee Hoover. I know why he bring up Jerry Lee Hoover, because for years that's been going on. Jerry Lee Hoover got some black relatives in his family, and he went to war against the black. He warred against the Black Panthers. And Monday is the summary included with our Menemite hero, Menemite Katie, is asking the developer how is his time is holding in a it hold up on hold up in a community cover find at the center from after being converted of the candidate for the finances and frame what's going on. Man, y'all need to listen to this.
Martin Luther King Jr. today. Secretary of Homeland Security Jay Johnson laying a wreath at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Here in New York City, Reverend Al Sharpton spoke out at an event about the role he sees of today's civil rights leaders.
Part of the role of acting is to get your attention. You don't see me on Dancing with the Stars. You see us dealing with social issues and to draw the attention to those issues. And if you don't do that, people are not going to deal with those issues.
Joining me now, Dinesh D'Souza, creator of the documentary film
Dinesh D'Souza,
and author of the book The End of Racism. Dinesh, good to see you. And so that's an explanation, I suppose, of types from Al Sharpton about why he behaves the way he behaves. You see a stark contrast between his tactics and those of Dr. King.
Megan, the greatness of Martin Luther King is that isn't just his personal qualities, but it's that there was a tradition that went for 100 years, all the way back to Frederick Douglass, through Booker T. Washington, to Martin Luther King. And this was a century of black protest aimed at establishing the idea that we are in this country a minority of one, that our rights don't come to us as members of groups, but they belong to us because we are individuals. And in one of his most moving lines, King said that every man must write with his own hand the charter of his Emancipation Proclamation. So this idea that we should take responsibility for our lives and we have the right to be treated equally under the law, this is the Martin Luther King legacy, but how different a legacy it is from the current generation of race activists, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, but I would add Eric Holder and Barack Obama, who are cut from a completely different cloth and have a completely different attitude toward the colorblind ideal, which they reject.
How so? I mean, how do you put Al Sharpton in the same field as Barack Obama?
Well, they're not the same. I mean, Obama is actually a very odd example because although he's the first African-American president, he hasn't actually had the African-American experience. In fact, he's not descended from slaves on either side of his family. His father was simply a foreign-skinned who came here.
He has black skin and he grew up in America as a black man.
Well, he grew up in Hawaii, and then he spent a considerable amount of time in Indonesia. He's made multiple trips to Kenya. He's talked about how he shares the dreams of his father.
That does not deprive him of his experience as a black man. Okay, let's move on to your next point, because you're also actually taking heat for some of the similar comments you made on Twitter today, including the following. Soul Brothers, you tweeted. Obama gets along so well with guys like Holder and Sharpton because they are all shakedown artists of one sort or another. A little strong, no?
Well, I think what's happening is it's not actually strong. I think what we see today is that the leaders of today, far from trying to establish a colorblind idea, use race in order to get political advantage or financial advantage. They use race to threaten corporations to get money from them. They use race as a weapon of intimidation. They stoke the fires of sometimes racial division and even racial hatred. We saw a hint of this in Ferguson. So race has become an instrument of exploitation, not of justice.
I gotta go, but I gotta ask you, how's that thing coming along? You out yet?
Megan, this month I complete 4 months, so I'm reaching the halfway point of my confinement, and I get out at the end of May. I'm doing great.
All right, Dinesh, good to see you.
Let me say to this. I don't agree with what Katie is saying and what this guy did with the whatever his funny name is. But I'm gonna say to this. Let's be honest. Barack Obama did not. Let's be honest. But Michelle Obama is the descendant from slaves. She born in Chicago. And I forgot what school she went to. I think she went to Harvard. And after she met Barack Obama, he was running for senator or something like that. He was going to run he was running for something. What he was doing, and that's when they met. She didn't take him seriously enough, but then she started taking him seriously. How many? Now don't get me wrong. Barack Obama do be seen as being a black man. But he don't grow up in a black American's experience. Notice I said black American and African American. You know why there's so much divide between African and African American? I'll tell you why. Because when you hear that term, African American, you got to ask yourself, what do that mean when people say African American? Shall we? Let's check this. I'll just check on my Twitter accounts and all that stuff. Let's look at the term African American. Let's look it up right here. The term African American. I hate when they prefer this term African American. Here it is. African American is referred to a Black American or Afro American. It's a ethnicity of group of a citizen or resident of the United States with the total or apportionment of the ancestor from any of the native population of South Arabia, Africa. The term may also been used to include the only individual and who are these descendants from African slaves. Do you see that? African slaves, as Parliament, as legitimate as the term is, and unusually is hyphenated as African American. You see what that is? African American is coded as the second largest racial and ethnicity minority in the United States. Most African Americans are Western and Pacific African descent, and are descending of slaving Africans, which in the is the boundament of the president of the United States. However, is immigrants from Africans, Caribbean, Pacific American, and South American nation, and their descendant may or may not also identify with this term. Basically, if you not come from African and Caribbean and Pacific American and South America, what they're basically is trying to say, if you're not being slave, they're trying to say European slave Africans, just like European slave other Europeans, and black slave Europeans, and European slave blacks, and you know, basically people slave everybody. Because if you read what it says, only, I mean, used to include it in only those individuals who are descendants from African slaves. As brief impediment to the term is usually is the hypermate as African American. You see it says right here. They're saying, here it is, who is from African slaves. They're saying that Africans, not only they've been slaved by Europeans, they slaved by other Africans. Africans sold other Africans right to European colonization. Nobody wants to talk about that, but instead, if you look at this stuff up, how many people that know that the term African American is come from Inibio African Canis? So how can you say you African American, but you're not descendants of these part of the countries? They show Fred Douglass, Harriman Tubman, Booker T. Washington, W.D. Du Bois, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, and Eddie Warren Bookman, and Marvin Freeman, and Sid Jimmy Truth, and Henry and McDonald, Oprah Winfrey, and Condoleezza Rice, Barack Obama, Michael Jordan, Chuck Berry, Tyler, not Tyler Berry, Richard Pryor, and Darren Good Marshall, and Jackie Robinson. You see this? They the descendants of African slaves. But Malcolm did not like this term African American. He called himself Negro American or Afro American. Get it? Afro or Black American. Martin Luther King was African American, but he's not Black American. He's African American. Basically, he descended from African slaves. Let's be honest, man. I had one African person tell me I'm African. I might have descendants from Africans, but I was born out here. And this is what black communities start talking about. Because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of us are confused. When we hear these phrases and we don't know where it comes from, I'm going to play a video. It's going to be in my Twitter account. And it will show that all this stuff about, look, don't get me wrong. We do need to know who we are. Because a lot of times that we don't know. And I'm going to show you. Here it is. I don't know where is it, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the video. Even if I find it, because I had a video. It was posted. I posted this video. These are my videos that I'm putting out. I'm gonna show you right here if I can find it. Here it is. Here's this, and I'm gonna play it right here. And I want you to listen to this because this is what the name. Yeah. And it's sad that some of my folks did not know in Nibius Africanus, this is the term African came from. From this man is a general for Romans from the Third Punic War, Peter Hector, something like that. People need to look this stuff up. I want to know, do my folks ever look this stuff up? They need to. And it's come from the Roman Empire, from the Vatican City, who control organized religion, especially ancient biblical, ancient oracle, mystery oracle schools. Listen to this.
Scipio Africanus, better known as the man who defeated Hannibal. Born as Publius Cornelius Scipio, he was born into the Scipio branch of the Cornelia gens. The birth year of Scipio Africanus, being 235 BC, has been calculated from a series of statements made by multiple ancient historians of how old he was when certain events in his life. He drove Hannibal's brother, out of Spain. Then he invaded Africa from Sicily. This act caused Hannibal to leave Italy and return to Africa to fight Scipio. Scipio studied Hannibal's tactics and brilliantly devised some of his own. In 202 BC, Scipio defeated Hannibal at the final battle of the Second Punic War at Zama. Carthage capitulated and had to surrender her war fleet. For his victory in North Africa, Scipio was called Africanus Major.
So there you have it. Give me the commentaries and give me your real response and tell me what you think of this issue. All right. And I rest my case. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Base. That you're gonna do since I would do text, baby. Until next time. All right. Peace, and I'm out.